Alright folks, it's time to get back after the Big Bear. The Big Bear's broke again. Haven't used it much. Keep it in the shop mostly. It's super handy for pulling cars in and out. I'm probably going to go on the Craigslist and buy us a junk four-wheeler. Just something that starts and runs for pulling cars. Super handy. At any rate, Mrs. O was out skidding some logs with it, if you'll call it that. And all of a sudden, it won't start. The neutral light won't come on, so you have to pull start it. And this thing, it's about all I can do to pull start it. It's not saying much, but there's no way in heck that she can pull start it. So, long story short, as they say downstate, I checked it out. The neutral safety switch is bad. That's it, no big deal. It's gotta be like a little screw-in switch, external, negative. Negative Ghost Rider. In 2000 to 04 models, it's internal into the case. I went on the Google machine. I got us a new one, but how do you know it's bad? Well, I did a bypass test right here. We have two wires going in, ground side switched. One is for the reverse and the other one is for the neutral. You know, I put one of them to ground and the reverse light turned on. I put the other one to ground, the neutral light turned on. Simple as that. So my wires from this point to wherever it was that they went are good. So it's not a wiring issue, it's not a connector issue. And sometimes, once in a blue moon, you'll get lucky. The neutral light will come on, you can use the electric start. And this is what it looks like. All right. I don't know if, you know, I mean, perhaps we could get in there and one of the freaking screws on the back is loose. That would really suck. But I guess that's a potential problem because it occasionally will come on. You know, you fiddle with the shifter, which I think is just coincidental. You get lucky, the light turns on, you're like, oh wow, I don't have to pull start it. So we have to tear this thing apart. We got to pull this cover off here. I also got that from the Google machine. This stuff's kind of spendy. You know, getting this little trinkety stuff. I'm thankful they still make it. They did offer some aftermarket options. I elected to go with the OEM, of course. So let's, looks like we have an oil line here. And that goes back to the other half of the case. I don't know. Okay, yeah, we shouldn't have to get crazy with it. I'm gonna go get a pan. We'll stick underneath it here and we'll get ripping and tearing. I did not read the directions. This has a copper washer on it. Your standard banjo action. There's another one there. I guess we'll leave that one hooked up. And then I believe this is for reverse. Yes, that is. That's our reverse lever. Zippy zap that off. It only goes one way. As long as you put it on the right way, it goes one way. I'll leave that on the cable because I don't want to fiddle. It's got a couple bolts that hold the bracket on. No idea if any of these bolts are different lengths. What's that one got on it? Ooh. She's got the old black silicone. What's that tell you? Well, Rocco, that tells you that somebody's had their beaters in there, more than likely. Let's get a pan, stick under it, because we're probably going to lose some oil. And then we'll take it off and we'll lose some oil. Simple as that. We'll just keep going until we get to a different size bolt. Oh, that's a different size. Okay. I tell you what, we probably should make ourselves a little template. Let's do that. I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard. I think if you're using your noodle, you can't really mix them up because if you start sticking them through, they all protrude about the same amount. Like if you stuck this one here, you're like, ah, wait a minute, that's only going to go in 2 threads. And then you go here, you're like, wait a minute, that one sticks way out. Make myself a template. Stand by. Right here, fastest way to make a template is to open up your gasket package and use it. That's what I did. I didn't trace it and draw it out. I just used it to mark out holes. You get the general shape of things here. It's probably the only oddball bolt in the whole thing. but you never know. So we just do it like this. That way you don't have to pay attention. Turns it into a mindless job. Let's see. One there, one there, one there, and one right there. Those two we're gonna leave there. So you do a 1-2 skipperoo. Skipping those two. Those are the two that go somewhere else. One of that bracket. Yeah, what a great video. Guy putting bolts in cardboard. Ah, we missed one. There's one under that brake lever. I just like saying the word lever. Fun word. Oh, you mother lover. We're gonna have to give this one a handy, I think. Yep. Or just round it off, one or the other. Whichever you prefer. Right behind that. Right behind the classic foot peg. This guy doesn't bend over very well, does he? Maybe I could get a longer socket and make it more inconvenient. Where is it? There it is. Well, we'll definitely have to get a short socket and do that a little easier on the way in. Or you could remove your foot peg. You mother! So behind here we should have our clutch also. Primary and secondary clutch, I believe. I'm just making small talk with you, so all of that could be wrong. I don't know. We probably should have read the directions at this point. Customers here, so we gotta put this baby on pause. All right, problem solved. Where are we? All the bolts are out. The only seal we have, I think, is on that shaft. I don't know if anything else is gonna give us a problem here. Oh, there goes all of our oil. Of course, about the same time the wind kicks up, naturally. Let that drizzle a little bit here. Whoa, there, now she's drizzling. Oh boy, I have a real bad feeling we should have read the directions. Oh, there we go. Drizzle. Reminds me of a joke. Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? For drizzle. That's the best I got for you folks. Oh. Oh man, do we gotta pull the frickin' clutch and everything to do this? Oh boy. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. Okay. We got one dowel pin, two dowel pins. You got your bearing. What's that? I don't know what that is. Oil dipstick. Something going on there. Son of a hoo-ha. Let's hope we're gonna slide this off and everybody's gonna be happy. This is for reverse. That has a washer on it. Here's your centrifugal clutch here. Here's your mechanical clutch here. Darny darn. I can see the switch back in there. Hopefully we don't need any specialized tool. Probably do. Let me go get the directions. I do have like a Chilton's manual or Haynes manual or whatever they call it. The old what you call it. because we're gonna have to learn how this stuff comes apart. Like I say, hopefully there's nothing specialized that we can't just jerry rig around, or at least adapt, improvise, and overcome. And we'll give this the old college try here. If I was doing this on a car, we just stick the socket on her and give her hell. I don't know if these shafts will take it. Let me get a bigger pry driver just to get that flange up a little bit more. And we'll just go for it. There we go. Alright, I think we're in good shape for the shape we're in. Looks like a 27 mil. That's what I got us. I had this in weak sauce gear. Speed number 2. There's that nut. These nuts. Has that bendable flange on it, okay? And then, oh. You just gonna slip right off there, baby? I don't know if there's a keyway or anything. Oh boy. Okay, looks like the inside part of our clutch. So this is our centrifugal clutch. This is your primary clutch. This is the friction material here, and it gives her one of those. We'll set this over in the clean part of the ground, and then I'm assuming, oh yeah, we're not hitting on anything there. Okay, just gotta slip her right off there. Has some bushings on the inside. What's this? That looks like some kind of, is that okay, yeah, that's a one-way clutch. Alright, so that cams in the opposite direction, so that's your little, that's like some kind of one-way clutch here, or overrunning clutch. Okay, so that's pretty nice. We'll leave that in there. We don't want that popping apart. Let me set this down here. Oops, sounds like there's somebody here. And then we have to remove the clutch basket here. This is our mechanical clutch, so when we step on the shift lever over there, this clutch should disengage. You know, you should see it release. I guess we can test that theory out. We already fixed that portion. Remember, we did another video where this clutch wouldn't disengage, the secondary clutch wouldn't disengage, if you remember, right? So let's see here, I'm gonna hold up on the shift lever. Yep, see that outer, see the pressure plate? Okay, now we got it here. Put her down into neutral. Yeah, so when we push down on the shift lever, it disengages this mechanical clutch. Right, are we into neutral? Nope. Come on, get in a neutral, fella. Okay, grabbed us a 10 mil. So I see this has an arrow on it. Is there any significance to that? Oh, dude. I don't know. Wonder if we should paint mark or something here before things get stupid. Stick them in there. Stick those in there. Yeah, let's do that. Like I say, before things get stupid. We're sitting here doing some magic mystery. Let's just run a paint marker right across everything here. Nobody likes taking things to the stupid level. That is it. Okay. There's paint marker there. What a zippy zap right across all those. All the clutches and discs. Okay. What can go wrong now, right? Everything. The screwdriver. Because I'm assuming this clutch face should come off. Oh. Well, hello there. We're going to take all of you out in one shot. So there's all of our clutches and our discs. Now these should come apart individually and independently of each other. It's going to be a metal disc and then clutch. Okay? We're just going to leave them all stacked up. It'll make going back together a little bit easier, but they should come off. Yeah, the clutch face here. So there's our clutch. There's our secondary mechanical clutch. Here's the little button that runs from the other side. Button, who's got your button that pushes on the pressure plate? Okay? All the terminology I'm using is wrong, obviously. If you work on these things every day, you just laugh and laugh and laugh. That's okay. We're DIYing it. Laugh all you want. Oh, very interesting. Naturally, we did not mark this. Shouldn't matter. I'm guessing this is going to pull out. Oh, there's a, yes, pull out. So there's that. This is our, I guess it's going to be the equivalent to our release bearing. And then there is a ball bearing in there. This must come from the shaft from the other side. What's up, Andy? Shaft and balls. You came just in time to act childish with me.
Is this after hours or is this during hours?
This is an after hour. Well, it's during hours, but it's going on in the after hours channel.
That's what I meant. What channel?
Yeah.
I just didn't know where to tune in.
Yeah, no, this is the after hours.
Same great time, same great place, that whole thing.
That's right. I see you getting house all fancy up down there.
Yeah, you know, family reunion.
I know.
When you come in from out of town, you gotta pretend like you take care of the place.
I know. I see you even got a porta crapper out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, people crapping in your house.
Well, no, I don't want to clean inside.
Oh.
Something like that.
I know. I saw your wife at the ice cream store the other day.
Really? She didn't bring me anything back.
Macaroni salad.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that was for her, but I ate a lot of that.
Oh.
One of those things.
I was like, you come down here to get the mac salad? I was going to buy her an ice cream cone. I was being a gentleman. And then she told me that she's just getting macaroni salad.
Oh, you can just give me the cash then.
Nope. So I said, fine, you buy your own damn mac salad. Buy an ice cream. Mind paying for your mac salad.
All right. I understand. I would do the same thing.
Yep.
What are you fixing anyway? What's going on? Does that do something to the starter?
No, the neutral, kind of. The neutral safety switch.
Oh, yeah, you just crossed that over. What do you?
I did, but then I couldn't live with myself because the light's always, the light's always on.
We'll pull the bulb. Come on.
But then I got something that doesn't work.
Bring this down to my shop. I'll take care of it for you. It's way easier.
Well, I thought it was going to be simple, but we haven't hit the stupid level yet, but we're getting close.
Okay. I like your attention to detail. The OEM quality is what you go for here. That's what.
And, yep, even got OEM parts.
Ooh. Well, why wouldn't you do it? No aftermarket junk, dormant junk, or whatever.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say whatever you want. We ain't got sponsorships.
Oh yeah, not a sponsor. Big Bear 400. Yeah,
the Big Bear.
Not a sponsor.
Okay, so that goes like that, and this goes in the hole. All right, let's set that there. We probably should read the directions, but we're just gonna, well, let's just take this inner one off. Everything's slippery, plus I'm nervous. Well, yeah, when you pull it out, you hear clank, 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 and everything hits the little pan down there.
No, I'm sure it's fine. Here, I'll hold up. Oh, you're pulling the whole machine.
What the world? You'd think that would just slide off, wouldn't you, Andy?
Well, I see it. Doesn't that have little tangs going in behind the threads there and stuff?
Well, yeah, but it's a spine shaft.
I see what it's doing there. Okay, gotcha.
But I think
I must be getting old because the seeing and hearing things become a problem for me. I see.
That's why I got these.
I like
These are
them.
fancy, huh?
Ooh, yeah. So that's what I had a buddy with a truck there the other day had air leak. Well, he told me he did.
Oh, shh, just a minute, in case something falls.
Sorry.
Gosh dang it, Miss Doe's not here, so I gotta go see this. Who's here? Stand by, folks.
You want me to take care of it?
All right, we're back. No, you can talk. What? Just a minute. Be quiet one more time, Katie. And oh, it looks like that has a. Oh, that's tricky. Oh, it's a washer.
R, does that make it something different when you have an R in it?
A washer.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's Pennsylvania Dutch, or as I like to call it, Freaky Deaky Dutch.
Freaky deaky Dutch.
Freaky Deaky Dutch. Look at all this stuff. Look at all the little gears and things. There's what we're after. This little guy. Anyways, your friend, air leak.
Oh, I don't know. Where was I? Oh,
We were talking about not being able to see, not being able to hear.
He told me he did. He wanted me to help him listen for it. He said, "Listen, do you hear it leaking?" And I said, "No." And then we put our ears right next to it, and he said it was leaking, but I didn't hear it. So I think I'm getting old. I'm getting one of those old guys.
Maybe you're just tone deaf.
Huh? Why?
Yeah, you're tone deaf, Andy.
Is that what it is?
Oh, this must have Loctite. It's got some kind of goop on it. Yeah, Loctite.
Oh boy.
That's on the top. That holds the wires back in. People think I do the video for them.
Yeah, you gotta go put it back together.
Yeah.
Play this in reverse.
Yeah, exactly. Act like you know what you're doing.
Play it in reverse at half speed.
So here's the problem, Andy, is this, there's something back here that contacts this switch.
Oh.
It's ground side switched. And there's something that rubs on it. Oh, there's a little rubby donger.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It rubs on one spot for neutral and one spot for reverse. And it's just that little
So like if I went to the parts diagram, it would be part number 9 on the diagram, rubby donger.
rubby donger. Yeah. So you
Is
got
that one word or two?
Yeah. You have your plate here, and then the little rub donger just comes back and forth across it. Good chance if I scuff this a little bit with a little something scuffy, a little scuffy pad, it would be all good. But I know that I've already stuck a needle inside this wire 5 or 6 times to get the damn thing running. So I have to change it, plus I already bought it. But that's kind of interesting. So I think we should shine up the end of that. It always works in reverse, so we know that the ground is good. Because it's the same 2 wires, one's for reverse, one's for neutral. And the reverse light always turns on. And being it utilizes the same rubby donger, it has to be a bad contact here. And we're gonna test this theory out.
So what's there's one big circle and one little circle?
Yeah, isn't that
Just
weird?
a tiny little?
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's what I said.
Put it up there and enhance. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, you get the new one. That makes more sense.
That's it's easy.
Careful, you
But
gotta
yeah.
focus.
So yeah, one of those is reverse and one of them's neutral. But why is one gigantic and one's like tiny?
Yeah, I don't know.
The green one,
Age-old question.
the age-old question. The green one is neutral. They give you a lot more leniency on neutral. Because the green wire is neutral, the red wire is reverse. I do remember that. From my OEM diagram. Right? So.
Oh, you got the big service manual?
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
Of course. Can't work on things if you don't know how they work, Andy. But let's have a little look-see.
That's a good point.
I remember seeing it on here. Light, starter, switch, engine, stop. Gear position switch. GL. That's for reverse. GL. I don't know what that means. LB. LB means light green. Or LB means light blue. Oh, is that light blue? I thought it was green. Looks pretty green to me. We're going to call it green.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And then the other wire there, GL.
Must stand for red.
No, it's probably something else here. Green with blue. Well,
It's a maybe, maybe not.
it's a big, yeah, it is. This is for a 2001. Yeah, this is the 2000, so I do remember testing these out individually though, and knowing, so this is about as handy as tits on a bowl. That's really not very handy if you think about it. But I do remember checking them. The green was for reverse, so let's, I think I saw, yeah, you can see a little, where that donger sits on there, there's a little indent on that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, let's scuff that up, get this on, torque it to factory specs, plug it up. We'll cut the key on, as they say down south.
What do they do? They say cut
the key on, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't get out of this area much.
Yeah, you plug it in, instead of plugging something in, you plug it up. You cut the key on.
Nice.
And then right before we started this job, you say, I'm fixing to get this done.
All right.
Yeah, I'll teach you some Southern.
I know a saying, but it's not appropriate for the channel.
Sure will. All right, time to get serious. Took a little green scuffy. Scuffed up the end of the donger. It's spring loaded. Must be captured in there. I assume when we shift it, it rotates into different positions. All right, there's that. I guess that's all we can do. We've got the new switch. Yeah, you can feel it pushing out on it, so we'll have to get our screws ready. Got our screw right here. I've cleaned them off with the brake parts cleaner. Everything's slippery AF, I'll tell you that. It did have Loctite on it, so we have some here. Give her a couple drops of the blue. Looks like I had some green Loctite on it. The only green Loctite I know of is penetrating wicking Loctite and or sleeve retainer Loctite. We're just going to use blue. Wow, she's slick. I need to get something slippery. You want to capture the wires behind that little metal retainer. Because ultimately, I guess we can temporarily stick them in there. Make sure our wires are captured behind that retainer. We'll get our bottom one just ever so snug. I'll hold that wire retainer up with my left finger. Oh, it looks good. Okay, got our wires captured behind that. What we'll do is we'll torque this down to factory specs. Well, you don't want them bolts jiggling loose on you. Definitely want to use the Loctite, but it is plastic, so use your noodle here. There's that one. And there's that one. Factory specs, of course. I'm going to follow this around. Can't go very far. We're going to unplug it. We're going to plug it up. And we're going to go from neutral to reverse. And fingers crossed, our light will light. Oh, just FYI, the wiring diagram is correct. I didn't remember finding the discrepancy in it. The problem is, it's the wire colors on this half of the connector. Can you see my finger? You probably can't. So it's not the wire colors coming out of the switch. It's the wire colors the machine's wired for. Please be in the plate. Please be a light. Oh, hallelujah. There's first gear. There's neutral. Ho, ho, ho. Let's put her in reverse. I have to do that over there. All right. Everything works. Like I say, make sure you're putting some Loctite on them little guys. Definitely don't want them wiggling loose. Now it's going to be a whole bunch of cleaning. Probably would be best served to clean our surface here prior to putting our clutch and all that junk in. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to show that process. It's going to be going along with a little Scuffy, Mr. Scuffy, and just getting this all cleaned up. Of course, we got to do both halves of the case, so it's going to be a little monotonous. So I'm going to go through, get this all cleaned up. Somebody put some silicone around this. I don't know if that's factory, probably. Which was interesting because when we took the reverse, the bracket here holds the cable for the reverse there. This one has some silicone in it. Yeah, the one bolt. Yeah, it's just that one bolt. This one bolt here had silicone in it, but none of the rest. And I didn't see it on the other side of the case, so I assumed that, you know, somebody had this apart at some point, and then instead of buying a new gasket, they just, you know, gooped her up with a little bit of sealant. But it appears to only be on this one bolt hole, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why. I'll check to see if this is a blind hole. If it's a blind hole, then it doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, it is. So that's a blind hole. You know, it just goes in, dead end. So there would be really no need to silicone that. Anyhow, let me get stuff cleaned up, and then we'll try to throw the jiggly bits back together here. There, I think we're good enough for what we're doing here. We'll put our clutch basket back on here. Let's see, those bolts are tight. No reason we can't do this, right? Slip that bad boy on. Okay. Nice and smooth. We had this washer. Kept it going the same way, but it does appear to be the same. Doesn't appear to be tapered of any sort. That I can tell. Is it a one-way deal here? Doesn't appear to be. What? A what? Okay. Got that bad mamma jamma on there. It just sits in there, I suppose. Okay. We have another part of our clutch here. Slip that bad boy in. I didn't clean any of this stuff off. I just left the oil residue that was on them. I guess it would be. So we have that. And then there was a nut. A washer. Let me set this stuff down. We got the washer. We got the nut. We'll probably have to look up a torque spec on that. Or just give it a couple Uggy Duggies. We do have the book, so we could look it up. We'll stick our plunger back in there. There is a ball bearing in here, so you have to make sure that sucker doesn't fall out. Particularly when we were over there fiddling around with the shifter. If we go push on our shifter, this plunger should pop out at us. We could check that, but we're just going to trust the process. We already know that it can release. Let's see, I don't have any type of anything that can hold that. We could come in screwdriver style. Let me get the torque spec first, then we'll determine how we're going to hold it depending on how much torque's applied to it. Okay, let's see here. Just can't get much purchase on this thing. There we go. Man, it's just really awkward. I'm trying not to flip. So we got 65 foot-pounds on it. Woo! Hallelujah. And then we need to bend over. Bend over. That's a good prank call name. Who is this? This is Ben. Ben who? Bend over. We gotta get our little tab to bend over there. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. You guys still in the frame there? Behind there. Come on down. It's like the Price is Right. We got her going. Let me get a flat punch, see if I can't just flatten that down on that nut. Alright, good enough. It ain't going anywhere. A little pecker mark in that. Okay, let me go put her back in neutral. If we ever had to do this again, we'd probably have to get ourselves a new washer. You only bend them over so many times. It's like a customer. I'm kidding folks. Alright, I think we're in good shape. Let's see here. Let's grab our clutches. Alright, we've got all of our clutches. We've left everything how we had it assembled, or how we had it disassembled rather. I don't see any visible difference between them, just at a glance. Well, I guess we'd have to go through and measure them, unless it's talking about the thickness of the metal discs here. I'm gonna examine this here a little bit. It's the thickness of the metal discs. Okay, so the clutch discs, the friction material appears to be the same, but there is a thickness variation to the metal plates inside and outside. The two in the middle are different. Okay, well, I guess it's neither here nor there. Stick these bad mamma jammas in there. Yeah, a little bit of rust on each one of those, but you guys remember that the, you know, what you call it, when it wouldn't disengage, we had to tear it all apart. And then once we got it put back together, finally got this you know, release fork to work, because I hadn't been working in who knows how many years. And then the clutch wouldn't, the secondary clutch here still wouldn't disengage. So it stands to reason that there's a little bit of rust on those plates, but or maybe that's just normal. I don't know. I don't work on ATVs, so I have no idea. This is not my norm, in case you haven't guessed. In case you haven't figured that out, but they're kind of like a car, only different. Only smaller. Alright. There's that. There's all of those. I don't know if it's even necessary to put them back. You know, we didn't stick them back in the same part of the basket because we never marked the basket. I imagine. I know in the past I've done these on manual shift ATVs I've had. And you can get you know, some grooves here in the clutch basket and they'll start getting real catchy. We have an alignment mark here, dot to dot there, lines up with your arrow, so make sure it goes on in that direction. Okay, in case you didn't see that, there's one dot there and that's your arrow, and that's how it goes. Don't know if it'll go any other way. Oh yeah, certainly can. Put it on whatever way you want. According to service data though, that is your alignment mark. Arrow, dot, line her up, get her done. We'll get our springs. Service data also says the washer there behind that nut must always be replaced. But when you don't read service data before you order parts, this is what happens. Wow, it sounds like there's a party coming. I think these are torqued on to a inch-pound spec. I'll look that up. But for right now, we'll use Oogie Doogie. Alright, let me look them bad mam jams up. Before we do, let's make sure our clutch still releases, because that's important. Everybody needs a good release once in a while. Even your four-wheeler. Let's see. Oh yeah! How come it doesn't feel like it's shifting though? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's first gear. That's neutral. Yeehaw! 80. 80 it says. Inch-pounds. So just lightly snugged. We're probably already there. We are. That's it. 80. There she is. Here's our centrifugal clutch. And then our little one-way clutch is in there. You know, when you give it throttle, this is, you know, the centrifugal force overcomes the spring pressure and these clutches come out. That's what makes this four-wheeler automatic. That's what makes it automatically go in an automatic fashion. Kind of like a chainsaw. There we go. Had to get her just right. And then it has a one-way clutch on this. Which allows you to coast. Right? Be like an overrunning clutch, I guess it would be. What do I know? Not much. Let's see. If we put it in gear, good thing the key wasn't on. She could have fired right up there. Let me get the torque spec on this. Of course, this one here, we probably could just whack it down until it. Oops. Turn it slow. I want the little flat spot to be up on top. Because we could just whack it with the Oogie Doogie gun until our flat spot lined back up where it was. And then, let's be honest, it's going to be pretty close at that point. Oh gosh, if I don't torque it, the torque Nazis go crazy. But how can we hold this? Taking it off is easier because you could, you know, put a piece of copper or something in the mesh in the gears. As far as tightening it, I don't know what in the thunder we hang on to. I could say we could put it in gear. Eventually it's gonna wrap up. Yeah, let's try it. Let me look. Primary clutch nut. What? 103, oh, 103 foot-pounds. I was like 103 inch-pounds. What the world? 103 pound-feet of torque. Tight as an MF'er. Let's see. I don't know if this thing goes to 103. I think she only goes to 100, which is going to be good enough. We'd have to get our half-inch driver. Yep, she only goes to 100. Close enough. The extra 3, nobody's going to miss them. And we're using gear reduction to our advantage. I got it in like 3rd or 4th gear. Oh, yeah, you idiot. Here's this guy. Yeah, if you can spin it real fast, that rock will come out and hold for you. Dummy. Yeah, because that's our outer sheath. We would have to be able to hold the inner gear set. That's got dampening springs on it. I tell you what, Mama didn't raise no fool. Actually, she did. But you guys never met that brother. Let's see. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like if you're just DIYing this thing at home. You're gonna have to get past it. I know where it was. I can see where it was. Are we there? Let me grab a light. I think we're right back to where we started. Yeah, we're right back to where we were. I'm just gonna knock that down. All right. Okay, that has to be right, right? That's where we started. Either way, it ain't coming loose, huh? I guess that's it, folks. Obviously I put it back in neutral here. At this point, I need to stop. I've got some stuff I actually have to do IRL at my job before I take and put this cover back on. Which isn't that big a deal, it's just a matter of slipping the cover back on. And then I gotta go fishing for the bolt that we dropped. And by we, I mean me. That's our siliconed bolt. And I'll get the case cleaned up, and then after I get my appointment done, get my real job, we'll slip this cover back on, fill it up with oil. See if we can do this before the phone rings or somebody stops in. It's supposed to be after hours, dude. Well, you know what? After hours, you don't feel like working on crap, so we're doing it during hours. Change the name of this channel. Putting just a smidge of ultra gray on the back side of this rubber. Stick that in there like so. A light dab there in the corners. That should be the only spot that really requires RTV or silicone or whatever you want to call it. Got this bad mamma jamma cleaned up. Got our gasket sitting on there on the dowel pins. Hopefully we can come through. Whoa, you don't want any sealing on that, bro. Make sure. Got our little washer on there. Check. Checky check. Let's see if we can do this without damaging it. It's not like we can call down a napper and get another gasket. We'd have to wait another 68 months. Wow, little fella, we should have dry fitted this. Tell you what, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hang my gasket in here. Oops. Obviously we can't hang it up where it needs to be, but we can have it semi-close, and then once I get the case in here, we'll line it up on our dowel pins again. I thought that it just came straight out of Compton. Okay. Look at this guy. Where's our dowel pin? There's one. Other one's down here on the bottom. You guys ain't gonna see much, but use your imagination. Use your imagination, he says. Go to your imagination station. All right. Probably should have put just a tinge of sealant on the back side of that just to hold it for us. Okay, now I can let go of the brake lever. Get this back over on that dowel. I just got to get my fingers on the dowel pins, make sure my gasket stays where it needs to be. Line up our reverse lever here. Oh yeah, I felt that. We're not in all the way. Don't get excited just yet. There's that one, this one. I don't want to go just banging it on there until I have a look around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6er. I want to have a look around underneath it with a mirror, just to make dang Rudy tootin' that the gasket's not hanging down where it shouldn't be. Then we can very gingerly tap it. Let me go get a mirror and have a look. The best I can tell, we are good as gold. Gold! We didn't want to put that one in, but we did. Put you back. Go down a little lower. I don't want to go pushing this little guy in until all the bolts are in, just in case. The gasket shouldn't go anywheres, but like I say, famous last words. So I'm going to finish getting all these started by hand, and then we'll push her in. Well, you missed it. Life happened. I was getting ready, I had all the bolts in, I think was the last cut that I had with you guys. And then I was getting all the bolts in so we could slide it on, and then the guy stopped in, and I knew that we had silicone here that was drying, so I had all the bolts in and pushed it in, and then stuck just 2 bolts in it and snugged them up while I helped him out. And then things just went to the stupid level. Work really interferes with the fun stuff here. So anyhow, I was talking with another customer and I just went around and just tightened them all up. Really, you didn't miss much. I think we just had another guy. Oh yeah, we got another customer pulled in. All right, we'll be right back. Probably by the time I come back, it'll be full oil. We just got to put oil in it. This is what we used in it before. Specific for the wet clutch. 10 double dub 40. ATV oil. You gotta be careful which oil you put in a wet clutch engine. Which should be good. I don't remember how much it holds. I know it holds at least 2. This time I'm gonna write it down in the front of my, maybe I did write it in the front of my book. I did not. I put the filter and what kind of oil. This guy did not put how much. But we're not changing the filter this time because frankly it has no miles on it. So I'll get her filled up, we'll start it up, and we'll oogle at the green light that works now. Oh, spot on the money. Or as they say across the pond, it's bang on. So that's about 2.5 quarts. I don't think the level will drop very much starting it. Like I say, we didn't, yeah, it was 2.5, right? Yeah, those 2 are empty. This one was almost full. It's about 16 ounces there, so probably just a blonde one under 2.5. Let's see if it runs. We'll keep the pan under it in case a bunch of part numbers come flying out. Oh, hallelujah. Sometimes this happens. That's an old problem. The starter clutch gets stuck. All right, let's see. Oh, hallelujah! I love it. Let's see if reverse works. Oh, look at that. Make sure the clutch good. Hold up on our shifter. All right. Oh, I'm so happy. I took all that jerry rigging that was in here. I took it out. So whoever the previous owner was had this all rigged up. They cut into the harness and they had a toggle switch going to the fan, and it was just, I got rid of all that nonsense because it's unnecessary, threw it in the garbage. You can double check our oil. So I guess that's it, folks. Not much more to see. Tear it apart, change the switch, or the contact plate. I don't know if you call it a switch. Half the switch anyways. It's probably foolish. 24-year-old machine, 20-year-old, yeah, 24 years old. You just easily, like Andy mentioned, you could just bypass the wire. You can bypass the, start relay, whatever. Take the bulb out if you don't like looking at it, but I don't know. There's something inside me that said I had to fix it. And it's just easier for Miss though. Like I say, if she could pull start it, I probably wouldn't have fixed it right away. But she can't pull start. She's not strong enough. I'm barely strong enough. This thing pull starts harder than a bear. Pull starts like a Big Bear. There's no compression release on it. Boy, you got that thing just right, or it yanks your arm off. And not wanting to lose an arm, I opted to fix it. So that's it. Hope you guys like it. And we were able to do it while doing real work in real life, in between real jobs. Hopefully the video goes together good. Questions, comments, you guys know where to put them. We'll see you in the next one.